Welcome back to the Fame Files, everyone.
Episode 35.
Buckle up, because we're going straight to the heart of Hollywood.
Awards season.
Speculation is in full swing, and there's a new Julia Roberts thriller that everyone is buzzing about.
After the Hunt.
After the Hunt.
This film.
This film has all the makings
It does.
of a serious contender.
Big time.
It's got A-list star power with Julia Roberts,
Of course.
Andrew Garfield,
Yes.
a director known for his artistic sensibility, Luca Guadagnino,
Yes.
and a script that's been making waves in Hollywood for years.
For years.
I read that every major director and star was practically begging to be a part of this project. What was so special about this particular script that created such a frenzy?
Well, the story itself is incredibly timely.
Okay.
It dives into the world of academia, exploring those complicated power dynamics between professors and students,
Right.
and tackles the incredibly sensitive topic of consent.
Guadagnino's mentioned that he sees this film as a departure from his previous work.
A little.
He's known for exploring love and sexuality in films like Call Me By Your Name.
Right.
How do you think he'll approach this more complex and arguably more controversial subject matter?
It's an interesting question.
Yeah.
It seems like he's definitely stepping outside of his comfort zone,
Mm-hmm.
but that could actually be a good thing.
Okay.
He's a master at creating visually stunning and emotionally charged films.
Yeah.
This shift towards a more socially relevant theme could be a real turning point in his career.
And let's not forget the talent he has to work
Oh
with.
my God.
I mean, Julia Roberts in a Guadagnino film?
Yes.
This is
Infamous.
major.
Absolutely. And Guadagnino has even said that he believes this is her strongest performance yet,
Wow.
considering her incredible career. That's a bold statement.
Yeah.
And Andrew Garfield is no stranger to complex roles either.
Right?
The potential for some serious on-screen fireworks between those two
Oh, yeah.
is definitely there.
And they've assembled a phenomenal supporting cast as well.
They have.
Ayo Edebiri, Michael Stuhlbarg, Chloe Sevigny.
Oh, wow.
They're all powerhouses in their own right.
It's truly a remarkable ensemble.
Yeah.
And then there's Malik Hassan,
Oh, right.
the cinematographer.
I forgot about the cinematography.
He lensed Beyoncé's visual album Lemonade.
Wow.
So you know we're in for a visual treat.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. But speaking of release dates,
Oh, yeah.
After the Hunt is set to hit theaters on October 10th, with a limited release,
Okay.
expanding wide on October 17th.
All right.
That puts it right in the middle of awards season,
Yes, it does.
but also in direct competition with some other big films like The Black Phone 2
Mm-hmm.
and Good Fortune.
Right.
Yeah.
So the studio seems to be positioning After the Hunt as a major awards contender.
Okay.
Releasing it in October is a classic strategy. It
Right.
generates buzz, gives
Yeah.
critics time to weigh in,
Yeah.
and keeps the film in conversation as we head into awards season.
Yeah.
So,
It's interesting.
yeah. But even with a prime release date. Yeah.
Competition is fierce.
Oh, for sure.
It'll be interesting to see
Yeah.
how After the Hunt stacks up against those other films.
Right.
Especially when it comes to attracting awards attention.
Well, The Black Phone 2 is a horror sequel.
Right.
And while those can be successful,
Uh-huh.
they don't often get the same critical recognition as dramas.
Right.
Good Fortune sounds like a more lighthearted film
Yeah.
they held. So After the Hunt might have the edge when it comes to tackling weightier themes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I agree.
hey.
And you can't underestimate the power of Julia Roberts
Right.
and Luca Guadagnino.
No,
They both have a track record of attracting awards attention.
absolutely.
Look at Aaron Brockovich
Oh, yeah.
for Roberts
Huge.
and Call Me By Your Name for Guadagnino.
But what I find fascinating about After the Hunt is that it's such a departure for Guadagnino.
Yeah.
His previous work often focused on the complexities of romantic relationships, often with a focus on LGBTQ plus stories.
Right.
This feels different.
It's tackling a subject matter that's incredibly relevant in today's social climate.
It's a bold move for him,
Yeah.
and it shows a willingness to evolve as a filmmaker.
Yeah.
This film could really solidify his place as a director who's not afraid to tackle challenging subjects.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, sometimes those are the films that resonate the most with audiences and critics alike.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see how he'll portray those power dynamics within academia.
Yes,
It's a setting ripe with potential for drama and conflict.
exactly.
Right.
Think about the inherent power imbalance between professors and students.
Yeah.
Add in the complexities of consent,
Right.
and you have a recipe for a truly thought-provoking film.
And I have to admit, I'm really excited to see how Julia Roberts embodies this role.
Me too.
Her characters are always so strong and captivating.
I think this role has the potential to be one of her most memorable.
Yeah.
She's known for portraying characters who are relatable,
Yes.
even when they're going through extraordinary circumstances.
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see how she navigates the nuances of this character,
Right.
who's likely to be both flawed and sympathetic.
And let's not forget Andrew Garfield.
Oh, of course not.
He's an incredibly versatile actor.
Yes, he is.
He can be charming and vulnerable, but also intense and unsettling.
Right.
It's hard to predict which side of him we'll see in this film.
That's what makes this casting so brilliant.
Yeah.
It's unpredictable.
Right.
And that adds an extra layer of intrigue to the film.
Yeah.
Imagine the tension in those scenes between him and Julia Roberts,
Oh, yeah.
especially with the added weight of these accusations.
It's definitely going to be a film that sparks conversations.
It is.
And honestly, I think that's what good cinema should do.
It should challenge us.
Make us think
Yes.
and stay with us long after the credits roll.
I couldn't agree more.
Right.
And that's why I think After the Hunt has the potential to be more than just a successful film.
Yeah.
It could be a cultural touchstone, a film that people will reference and discuss for years to come.
So for our listeners who are interested in film, in social commentary, or just a really great story,
Yeah.
why should they care about After the Hunt?
This film offers a glimpse into a world that many people are familiar with,
Okay.
academia,
Mm-hmm.
but it explores it through a lens that's both timely and thought-provoking.
Mm-hmm.
It raises questions about power, consent, and the impact of accusations in a way that's sure to resonate with audiences.
And with such a talented cast and crew, it promises to be a visually and emotionally captivating experience.
But it does.
But with a film that delves into such sensitive and complex themes, how do you think audiences will react?
Oh, that's...
Will it spark important conversations?
Well,
Or will it face controversy?
it's hard to say for sure, but I think it's safe to say this film will generate a lot of discussion.
Yeah.
You know, it's tackling themes that are both relevant and sensitive.
Right.
People are bound to have strong opinions.
It's almost guaranteed to be polarizing, right?
I think so.
Some people will connect with it deeply,
Yeah.
while others might feel challenged or even offended by the subject matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even if it sparks controversy,
All right.
I think that's a sign of a film that's doing its job.
Okay.
It's pushing boundaries, asking tough questions, and forcing us to confront uncomfortable truths.
So this is a film that will stay with people long after they leave the theater.
I think so.
It's going to make them think, debate, and maybe even re-examine their own perspectives.
And that's the power of art.
Yeah.
It can be a catalyst for change, a way to spark dialogue and create understanding.
So we've got a thought-provoking thriller, a star-studded cast, a director at the top of his game,
Yes.
and a story that's ripped from the headlines. It seems like After the Hunt has all the ingredients for a major cultural moment.
It certainly does.
Yeah,
This is a film that has the potential to be both a critical darling and a box office hit.
for sure.
It's going to be fascinating to see how it all unfolds.
Well, for our listeners, mark your calendars for October 10th, 2025.
Yes.
After the Hunt is one film you won't want to miss.
And remember, this is just the beginning of the conversation.
Right.
As we get closer to the release, expect more trailers, interviews, and behind-the-scenes glimpses.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out, and be sure to form your own opinions when you see it.
Until then, keep those conversations going, and we'll be back with more deep dives into the world of entertainment.